Okay, 33B. I think this is the last veneer I have to glue on the top of the case. I got the corners. I got some corners that need gluing. Here we are again with the same old rubber deal, putting this piece of veneer back in the other video. I'll see these here. We heat this up with the heater here and warm it up. I have to do it for high glue. This here, we put these in the microwave. This too, but this is hot from the heater. So put that there, put this here, and we got some glue here. I'll put my finger in here, I think. Make sure you got enough in there. There we go. Shut this off. Actually cools it off. Fold that down. Glue doesn't stick to the rubber, which is really a good thing. Put this here like so. Just like that. So this piece of wood is just inboard of our scarfing. We want this to push it down. Whoops. In there. That's sticky glue. That's what it's supposed to do. And this is hot. In fact, it's so hot you can't hang on to it after 30 seconds. And then we put this here like this. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Put this here like this. And that's it. Just like the other end. Those tricky little veneer repairs here we got to do. This has to be centered. And keep your fingers crossed. Can't tell until you unclamp it, but there. See, that rubber will push that veneer down into the spaces we need it to be there. Nice and tight. Leave it just like that. And we'll come back and see what it looks like. Okay. Due to my inability to operate this camera, I lost the footage of gluing this in, clamping this up. But anyways, this little piece right here, I've been saving for the duration of this project, and we just finally put this little piece in here, and it's backed up right here, from here to here, this little piece. That's important. It's a big chunk missing. Would have had to put a piece of wood in there. So anyways, we got it backed up with nylon so it doesn't stick, and as soon as that's dry, I pull it off. And you can see my lightning bolt, that's what I call it. That's what it looks like. That is the seam when we join the two pieces together. I should have taken that veneer off of there, but it wasn't easy to do and save, so we left it. And now I'm going to blend it in and match it in, and nobody will ever know the difference. This veneer matches this perfectly, so I didn't want to lose it. And we don't have an awful lot of this type of veneer here. We have some. That's what I've been using to match it with. But anyways, we'll continue. 33B. Third attempt. All right, we're going to fill up this boo-boo right here. There we go. Done. And it's like decorating a cake. Put the stuff on. I don't know if you can see it. It's on a piece of rubber here. Anyways, put some boo-boos here. That's how I entered the piano business. Fixing boo-boos. I was a damage finish repairman before I started working on pianos. So I've been fixing boo-boos my whole life. Here's one here. We used to put little pieces of wood in these things once. With hide glue. But this is okay. This is a lot faster. There we go. Might have to do it again because it's difficult to get these little areas full of the stuff the first time around. Like over here. All that tape is to, every one of those tapes is a boo-boo. You can see it right here. But the tape helps hold it. Makes the bottom square, like so. See? There. Holds the tape, holds the Bondo. Plastic filler. And makes a nice spot there. We just pull the tape off after, but we gotta move quick. The Bondo's hardening up quick. If you put a lot of the red cream hardener in it, makes it a nice pink background for the, helps with the rosewood background. There we go. See that? That's what the tape is for. Holds it up. And we'll do these down here quickly because the Bondo's getting hard. Still a lot of hardener in it. There we go. Squish it right in there. It's a little too dry now. Can't. Doesn't want to flow. We got to make another mix. Okay, but we'll do all that and then come back to this. And we'll see. Okay. Hopefully you figured out how to hold this camera and hold it steady. And what we're doing today is putting on the nose bolt knobs. I've cleaned them all up and we turned it on its side because I can't get these from up here very easily. We actually could if we somehow became Houdini and some magic and a lot of patience so we could actually get in from the top, but that's troublesome. So my box of parts is empty, I think. I think they're all here, all the case parts. And why we have it on its side right now is we're going to, or I am going to tighten those nose bolts from the back. And there they are. Easy to get at from here. And when I finish tightening those up, I don't know about this one. This one's in here. Oh, that could be a tough one. We've got little tools for that. But other than that, everything else is a breeze. And that's what we're gonna do. And shellac the bottom too while we're at it. All these beams down here, we'll put some finish on those, pretty it up a little bit. They didn't have much finish on them, that's for sure. They were almost nothing, so that's what we're gonna do, almost nothing. Just a wash coat of shellac down here, but it'll get rid of all these marks. This is where the bath leaked over and washed the finish off there, or did something to it, turned it white. But that'll all go back with some alcohol and a wash coat of shellac. We'll take care of these legs later. This will give me a chance to scuff down this side here while it's here. Right now, I washed this with Tide detergent and a little bit of lye. And with that lye, you gotta go fast. But it takes the dirt off. You can see the grain in here now, when you couldn't before. It's filthy. 150 years of dirt. What do you want? So, we're gonna do that. Maybe show some of it. Nice shape. Oh boy. Well, I didn't show them how I washed these off. I gave them the same treatment as the rest of the piano. Long paintbrush and that powerful detergent. Not very hot water though. You put the lye in hot water and the finish will come right off. But you couldn't see the details in here before. The green here was obscured because of the filth that was in here. I had to take a brush and grind it out of these corners. All this was, you couldn't see this, it was black. And there's still finish on there, you can see the shine. It was just dirty. What the heck, 150 years. This is what I'm doing now. I said I'd show a little bit of this. Look at that finish coming off of there. You know, you take this finish and you rub it like this between your fingers. If it doesn't squeak, then it is most likely not a gum resin that we know it. It seems to react like, if this was a gum resin, we'll say shellac even, okay? That's not a true gum resin. But if it was, let's say gum sanderac or gum mastic or one of those Sierra Leone gum resins, if you rub your fingers like that and it heats up, they start to squeak. This doesn't squeak, it's smooth. It's very strange, and it has no odor. It smells like, I don't know, it doesn't have an odor that I can smell. Maybe my smeller's wrong, but this is what we're doing. I should save some of it. I think I will. And do some testing on it. Solvents, and I know it does solve with alcohol. I know it melts with alcohol because I can wash it off, but it takes a while. It's stubborn. It's not like a rosin finish that's I'm used to. Those old pianos with the rosin gum finishes, boy, they walk right. See, now, see, you can take a rubber block here. We're going to smoothen this out. Try not to sand through too many spots. But now's the time to do it. I'm going to do the whole side like this. See? Doesn't matter if you go in circles. Doesn't matter. What I'm trying to do is, like I said, with the rubber block, not a wooden block. You rub off all your high spots. Anyways, I'm going to do this to the whole side here. And holding the camera is not easy, but you can get the idea. See, that finish is actually pretty thick. We're gonna smoothen it out over here, like so. I mean, I'm gonna take a good bit off. A lot of dirt that's embedded in the surface, if there's any, that will come off too. But what it'll do, make it nice and smooth. And we'll actually be able to fill these up with our magic silica in the French polish thing. There's probably glue right there. Oh, I'll get that off. Anyways, I'll show you what it looks like just before I shellac it. And then you will see the miracle change. Okay, I said I'd show you what it looked like after. Well, here it is. White as a ghost. Sanded down. Just a little more right there. See that? Let's get this. Get those lumps out of there. Over here. Here. There. That's a little better. I'm happy now. Okay, this is what we're doing. Blowing the dirt off. And some alcohol. Here. Shoot, boy. Just alcohol. Okay. That's it. Wait, not too much. You know, dripping all over the place. I want it dripping down the side of my piano. And like thunder, right? We're gonna flood it here. Just like that. Stop. Over here. Flood, flood, flood. Whoops, I'm not holding the camera right. Sorry. See, I got a lot of alcohol here. That much. all we want to do is go over it once. Basically, shellac sizing it. There, stop. Okay. Smells funny. Okay, stop. There we go. See it melting it in. Not too bad. You're going to have a little bit of, oh, not too bad. We can't continue because if I put too much on there, it's going to wash off the little finish that I have. Some more. I try to get used to this damn camera. Okay, there we go. Once with a very wet cloth. Oops, once. And if you go over it twice, you could have problems. Gotta watch it. We don't want to spill anything in here. Kill myself. Okay, there. See, that's melted in right now. And we can see some of the color. And we'll hit back here, see what it looks like. Oh my, pretty rough. This got bleached out by the sun. Finish. It's flaking off. See, I'll do this a couple of times. 2 or 3 times. Maybe. To get some finish on there. Melted in quite well. A little more. Might be able to get rid of some of this discoloration here. That's kind of permanent. Some of that in there. That won't come off unless you take the finish off. We don't really want to do that. We get in trouble here. Okay, that's good and sealed up. Whoops. Anyways, that's what we're going to do. What's this going to look like? Oh, see? Goes back somewhat. We'll do that later. This has to be sanded down a little bit here. But we'll leave that now and tighten those nose bolts. Leave this hard enough. They just dry here. Dangerous. Begins to melt the finish, and I can feel it under there. But seems to be clearing up. Pretty nice. Nice enough for 150 years old. Like I said, this is the original finish here. Original color. You can see the finish getting soft under the cloth. But some of that discoloration is permanent unless you take the finish off and sand that piece of wood down. You don't want to do that right now. See, most of it will come out. This is like fading from sunlight. UV rays, I guess. All right, we're going to tighten up the bolts. Enough.